Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to our career planning, personal assessment, and career needs webinar that we'll be hosting tonight. I plan not to take too much time, but definitely to provide information to communities, and and hopefully, we can get everyone can get a great understanding on what it is to career plan, what it is to personally assess yourself when you on your career path, and understanding exactly what a career is. So when my name is Deshaun Jennings. Firstly, I'm gonna introduce myself. Um, my name is Deshaun Jennings. I've been working as an employment specialist for over 10 years, over a decade of experience with assisting different populations with finding employment. Thus, I felt there was the need to start my own organization and to address a certain disparity, which is, youth in foster care, youth and families that needs this type of resource to kind of gauge what they want to do in life, because it's not really a discussion when we mention sustainable employment and career guidance and self-assessment. So, you know, I want to kind of start this off. Um, this will be readily available at your disposal. I hope this is recording. We should be live now. I don't so ask yourself, what do you want to do with your life, right? Will you make enough money to support yourself? Also, is this the right job for you, right? Is this career that I'm seeking, is this the right path for me, right? These are all questions that we have asked ourselves. Choosing a career path raises many difficult questions. While there are no simple answers, right? Just remember that these questions have no answers. Having a right outlook and approach can make exploring different careers much easier, right? We all want the bag, but how to get it? And in this discussion, we will discuss the importance of assessing career needs, evaluating skills and personality, considering financial requirements, and developing job skills as you begin to explore various career options. So I want to take this moment to kind of um, drop the a pretest in the chat. I know that people are not able to see those that are online, but that's the purpose of a webinar. Um, but for the chat, let me drop this pretest. So take 5 minutes to complete the pretest. I'm gonna go off line, and I'm gonna actually drop it in another place. Give me a moment. I'm gonna drop this pretest in this chat. So take 5 minutes to complete the pretest. I'm gonna go offline. Thank you very much. Thank you. I got some responses in. Thank you for taking the pre-test. It's greatly appreciated. We're going to move on forward. Thank you very much. Thank you. I got some responses in. Thank you for taking the pre-test. It's greatly appreciated. We're going to move on forward. Thank you. So when you're So where to start when you're discussing careers and self-assessment, career guidance, and choosing a career path, as we indicated. I'm sorry, let's go back a little bit. Where to start, right? You must evaluate your skills and interests. Um, your skills and interests should align with your desired potential career. So if you're looking at a job in accounting, you may it is you can consider a math background or continuing education to build your skills in the math sector, and ensuring that it aligns with your desired and potential career. All right. So let's do a scenario. I'm gonna run through a scenario. DJ attended college. This is about a mentee that we work with. DJ attended college and studied social work. After graduation, he took a job as a delivery driver with a large company. While the salary met his financial needs, DJ did not enjoy the job. He wasn't engaged in projects that interested him, and spending all day in a vehicle left him yearning for interactions with others. After taking some time to assess himself, DJ reflected on his personality and skills. He realized that he needed a career that would allow him to engage directly with people and express his creativity, right? So looking at DJ, right, he graduated college, he studied social work, but ended up as a delivery driver. So he's figuring out like, hey, what I'm saying, during this, I like what I do. I like it pays the bills, but hey, I have to assess myself. So he reflected on his personality and skills. He realized that he needed a career that would allow him to engage directly with people and express his creativity. And upon further research, he found that he might be better suited for a career in youth development, right? Although he understood that the salary in youth development might be lower than his current job, he determined that it would still meet his financial needs. However, since his degree was related to youth development, that's why he went to really study social work. He did not require additional education to qualify for a job in the field, right? So using that scenario, he kind of used volunteering at different companies to acquire new skills to make him more of a competitive candidate for positions in youth development. Additionally, his friend introduced him to professionals already working in the field, right? So leveraging volunteering, right? Leveraging, the skills that you accumulated from working in previous roles to kind of get a feel like, it's okay to feel that way when switching careers and assessing your career. So self-assessment. When you self-assessment, you got to kind of throw everything in a bunch. Self-assessment, self-assessing is very important, as you got to recognize where you are in life, right? Looking at yourself, reflecting, and actually taking a look and saying like, hey, I got work to do, or I'm ready for the task at hand. So as we have seen in the last, taking the time to learn more about yourself and understanding your needs can significantly impact your career path choices. Understanding what you truly need and value will help you gain a clearer sense of purpose and direction. So as you pursue a career, so some of those factors, right, that you should assess are your interests, right, your values. For example, is it important for you to work with people who share similar values, right? Some people can, blend into anywhere. Some people will not, bend their standards for a workplace. So, understanding yourself and when you're assessing your career, what are your values? What do you value in life, right? What makes you a good employee? Your interests, thinking about what you generally passionate about when choosing a career. You got to know what your passion is, what lies in I hear a lot of people saying, I want to help people, right? You know, that's cool, but how, right? How would you want to help people? You got to keep digging. You got to get to the root. That's how you get to your interests. What brings you that genuine satisfaction? Your personality. What type of career aligns with your personality? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Do you like working with people? Your skills and abilities, right? You want to look at what skills and abilities do you already have? What are you bringing to an organization, right? I want to drop a few resources in the chat. Give me a moment. A few resources to kind of assess your skills is and the Workforce Development Board in Skill Up New Jersey has this great platform where you kind of learn new skills, learn new get new certifications based on your skills, and just assess where you are and build on yourself. So let me drop that information in the chat for you guys. One moment. And when assessing skills and abilities, you want to look at your technical skills, right? Such as proficiency in a certain software. Where are you with that, right? Are you good at some people are good at Microsoft Word, right? Some people are good at typing. Some people text good, right? So understand that you are doing things on a daily basis and building skills on a daily basis, especially if you're one of those people that send long text, you might have a high WPM, which is a word per minute in typing. So, you might want to consider that. Your skills are really embedded. You just got to be able to grab them and apply them to what you desire. So I'm gonna drop this resource in the chat, and I'm gonna get back to the PowerPoint. Natasha, I know you just came in. If you can go into the chat, if you can access it and complete. We have a pre-test. If you can, just go and complete that pre-test for me. Let me get that to. Also, consider your financial needs. You got to be able to understand where you are financially. Many of us would likely prefer to not to work if financial necessities weren't a factor, right? Can we all say that? Since we rely on employment to earn an income, it's crucial to select a career that can meet our financial needs. Especially as we recover from like global events, as you see. So, following the global contrast and understanding economics and the price of living, right? Understanding that, right? Looking at your census, right? Looking at things of that nature to get, a good idea of what you should be making, where you at, the price of living, how much the median to what it really costs to live in a certain area, right? Understanding that when you are considering your financial needs, you have to consider questions like, what salaries will I need to support my current budget, right? You gotta, if you need help with a budget, you can reach out to me or one of our job developers. We'll help you design a budget. What are my future financial goals? What kind of salary will meet my needs? Am I willing to live less in order to follow a career path I love? The question really is, are you able to live less to follow a career path you really love, right? So taking those questions into consideration. And we'll talk about more of exploring salary basis later on. Do anyone have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm always willing to listen, get and respond to it. Gaining job skills. Certain career necessitates a specific level of education, such as a bachelor's degree, while others prioritize relevant work experience. So you have to know that too, right? So looking on that job description, understanding that. And that doesn't say that, hey, I am exempt from this opportunity, but it says that, hey, I have to work on getting this requirement, right? So a lot of people look at it as an exemption when actually the opportunity is an access can be bridged, that gap can be bridged. Consider going back to school, enrolling in class for a certification program, right, to gain some skills. Consider taking free and online courses. We'll discuss e-learning a little later. So how to do research and vet careers, right? That is a thing. Before exploring different career paths, you should consider what type of positions are currently available in your field. What are the average working conditions and expectations? Will this career be in demand in 5 years from now, right? Exploring your career. I see a lot of people in nursing. I see a lot of people in IT. There are drone training programs available in the city of Newark, right? That is kind of innovative, right? These new innovations that kind of show future prospect to employment, right? You can look at yourself in 5 years and say, hey, I can look at the economy, I can look the way society is going, and I can tell that these are the certifications I need. So looking at understanding that as a career path, asking the right questions can make finding a career easier. So we're going to discuss how to research vetting careers, some research strategies. You want to, get some general advice. General advice is good when you're researching careers. You want to be able to, do some research, not just online, but explore some of the most effective ways, such as obtaining firsthand knowledge. You can gain firsthand knowledge of a workplace by visiting a workplace, right? Some people can make even more connections. If you're interested in a certain workplace, why not visit it, right? And make those connections that way. There's no rule of saying that you're exempt from that, but I wouldn't say walking to, a police department asking to view their workplace or anything. They may, but I don't know. Job shadowing, right? You may be able to job shadow. You can. Our job developers are good with connecting people with job shadowing. Interviewing individuals in a desired career field, right? Entry level positions, internship, and provide valuable in-depth knowledge. You can use. There are many resources you can use to research careers, such as the AmeriCorps, right? And the idealist.gov as well. I can put that in. I'm gonna put that in the chat. AmeriCorps.gov. You can use these platforms to kind of research careers, salaries, and as well as how it aligns with your career desires. Research industry. You should research the industry organization, right? Many industry have professional and trade organizations. These organizations can be valuable resources for learning the latest industry, right? And training requirements, as well as making connections with the field. You can find different industry organizations by using a list of industry groups that's websites that's listed online. Just understand what organization you're getting into. You can attend career fairs. Career fairs are excellent. I know that to my mentees or I have sent several opportunities, right? Attend those, right? Even if the opportunity doesn't work out, or if you don't take the opportunity, you still made a connection. You still made, you got to use yourself as a network magnet, right? You got to understand that you bring something to the table, whether you're there or not. So understanding that is important. So career fairs allows you to meet representatives from a variety of different a variety of different industries and professions you might not otherwise meet. So, attend career fairs, visit a career center. I know that in North they have a one-stop. In each county, there are one-stop career centers, right? I know about Essex County. You can go to 375 McCarter Highway in Newark, New Jersey. They just built a new facility, and they have great opportunities and resources, great certification programs, right? In which, we can discuss a little later. Let's, connect with our job developers. Our job developers are here to make the connection. So, complete the referral form, because we really pride on linking opportunity and, bridging the gap between access and opportunity is pretty much one of the things that we enjoy doing here at Str8Up Employment Services. Also, you want to research salaries, right? A lot of people say, I don't know what I want to make. I should be making this. You should know where you at, right? So self-assessment, researching salaries, right? How much money will you make in a year, right? Will you be able to pay all your bills? What about the health insurance? What about the retirement plans, right? These are the career questions, guided questions when you are looking at a career, right? You should ask all of these questions. The importance is, creating sustainable opportunity. We do not want to create an opportunity where we are getting a job and then we are losing a job, right? Or we are moving on within 3 to 6 months. That usually happens when a void isn't being filled, right? Or that relationship, that business employer and employee relationship, there may be conflict, right? Or it just doesn't work out. It just isn't your cup of tea, right? So avoid the significance of salary research is avoid pursuing positions that don't meet financial needs. Research benefits like health insurance, retirement plans, and vacation time, right? You want to do this in advance so you don't have to do this later and figure out this, hey, I can go here and, get a better salary plan, right? So you can create more of a sustainable opportunity for yourself, right? Salary research questions. My plan is a good resource. I'm going to drop that in the chat. When you are researching salary information, it used to be a difficult task, right? However, it's important that we do that, right? We got to understand that several online resources have been made, so the process is much easier. You should not depend too heavily on a single source as you conduct your research. So using multiple resources will give you a broader understanding of an industry and allow you to get a realistic expectation on what you should be making, right? So, and actually using that information as ways to negotiate salary during the interview process and onboarding, right? If you know more, you can get more and do more, right? Hey, this is what I should be making as per this, right? So look at these resources online, My Plan, Career One Stop, Glassdoor. All of these resources can provide you those type of answer your any salary research questions. And moving forward, building realistic expectations, right? Understanding that there's a difference between starting and average salaries. Entry level, that's why it's important to self-assess. Where are you? Entry level, have you indicated that you have enough experience on your resume to say that you need to make more as per their job description and requirements? That's something to look at. So assess potential salary growth over 5 years. Weigh the value of benefits against high salaries. It's sad to say, but a generous benefit package can outweigh a high salary, right? In a sense, if you got in long term, you can sit in on more resources once you retire, then you might be able to deal with it a lower salary, right? So something to keep in mind. And also calculating gross income. is important, right? Understanding that that's the thing. I know that it's basic math, but we want to understand that this is a part of that salary research. You're not supposed to be making $10 an hour. I believe that the minimum wage went up to 15 an hour. So, just for example purpose, uh, when you're hired for a job, usually told how much you'll be paid per hour if you're an hourly worker, or how much you'll be paid per year if you're a salaried worker. That's usually the case as what you'll be signing on to. These amounts are called your gross income. They're the amount of money you'll earn before income tax is taken out. So if you look at $10 an hour, $15 an hour, you can pretty much calculate that you'll make 10 times 15 will be 150, right? And then bi-weekly, 2 weeks, 300. 300 times, 600 times 12 will get you 7,800 annually, right? So understanding what you are making, and if you hourly, right? If you are making $10 an hour, salary work, you can do the math the same way. If you're making 26,000 a year, bi-weekly, you're looking at 1,000 bi-weekly and semi-monthly about 180, 1083.33. So understanding your gross income and being able to calculate gross and calculate net income is very efficient. Gross income, kind of the same math as we went on, but understanding that is important when understanding salary research, right? When you are doing salary research and comparing different salaries. Considerations, costs like you must consider when comparing different salaries is your commute, right? Cost for commuting and parking. You, as mentioned, benefits such as health insurance and retirement plans. Sometimes you win in the long run, but you can take a $5,000, $10,000 hit on the salary, right? Opposed to another job or opportunity. So use tools like an employee total compensation calculator. They have many online. You can pretty much Google and find them. Determine your market. What is your market value? Everyone has market value, right? So determining market value. Are you qualified for an entry level or an advanced position? You got to ask yourself that, right? When you out there searching for jobs, right? We have ways to assess that, and we start through our intake process all the way through our resume development process and career development workshops, where we providing and empowering individuals to understand and answer that question: are you qualified for an entry level or advanced position? You got to know that. What level of education is required? Do you have unique skills that add value, right? That is important as well. What are your unique skills? What are your transferable skills? What do you bring to any table, whether the table is blue, whether it's a rectangle, whatever different type of table you sit at, you bring those skills. Those are your transferable skills. Remember that. Salary negotiation. Tips for negotiating salary. So all of that salary research and understanding your assessment, understanding who you are, understanding your values, understanding your insights, it all leads to you being able to negotiate your salary, right? When you're at the table and you already researched industry averages and your market value, you could only negotiate if it's expected, right, in your field. Depending on where you live and what field you're in, you may be expected to negotiate. You may have that opportunity. If so, when you receive a job offer letter, right, we all have one of those. Make sure you're being offered a salary that is fair and competitive, based on the research and the tools that was provided. If you believe that the offer is too low, cite your knowledge about average salaries in the industry and your own market value. You are able to negotiate your salary. That is a thing that you're able to do upon entering any organization. Only negotiate if you know of it. it's expected in your situation. You got to have a little situational awareness as well. You got to do your research. If you know you're not working for a company that can even negotiate your salary, you might want to use, kind of study your climate. So only negotiate if you know if it's expected in situations, since doing so otherwise may hurt your chances of employment. It's about how you do it as well. So we're going to move on to gaining job skills. In this lesson, you'll learn about several ways, what kind of job skills you'll need for a career. Should you go back to school? Are there other ways to learn new skills? It's important to grow and develop these different skills as you pursue your chosen career, right? But it's not always clear where you should start. And so hopefully we can give you a platform on how to build some skills. So how to gain job skills, how to build skills. You can use each of these methods: additional education. You can use e-learning methods. That's a lot of e-learning methods online. Volunteering and internships. You can use your volunteer resource centers. Working with a mentor. Gaining experience on your own. Being project-based. Making your skills transferable. Understanding that all of those resources, all of those methods to skill build will assist you in making skills transferable. So no matter where you are in your current career, it's never too late to learn and develop new job skills, whether you're just entering the workforce or hoping to change careers. Developing new abilities will help set you apart in the job market. Learning different skills can also make you more productive and successful at your current job, right? So there's different ways. So additional education, right? If we're talking about additional education, you're planning to switch to a new career, do some research and find out whether you have to go back to school before you can pursue that path. As mentioned, that it doesn't, I see a lot in our community, especially if we look on the job description and we know we got a high school diploma and we'll look on our desired career and we'll see like, oh, this demand a 4-year degree. That isn't too encouraging, right? But it should be encouraging. You can go back to school and get that 4-year degree. There are programs out there. Speak with one of us. Complete a referral form. Tap in. We assist you with learning how to, get into school. Teach you with completing the FAFSA. Teach you about EOF, right? Because EOF is important. Additional education. You can use trade schools, associate's degree, bachelor degrees, and 4-year universities, right? So these are opportunities. For example, you may be able to get certified as a nurse's assistant or a lab assistant in 1 semester or less, right? So think about that. Some programs often are called non-credited or continuing education courses that are not traditionally eligible for federal student aid, right? So look at those. However, if you are considering such a program, you can look at loan and scholarship options too. So when deciding to go back to school, make sure you're looking at institutions that are accredited. Since the degrees and credits for a non-accredited institution are generally not accepted by employers or universities. So make sure accreditation, any institution you look at, they are accredited. You will also want to consider tuition costs. While many for-profit and online college prime and short degree programs and low cost, they are often significantly more expensive than state and community college. Tap in, look into your county community college. There may be free options. I know Essex County got some initiatives for if in Rutgers, right? Rutgers North, if there's some free options. EOF, there's no way you should be in North, right? The North, just a little brief history. The North rebellion, the 67 riots, because of that, EOF was established. Do your research, right? The Educational Opportunity Fund. I was able to utilize that to go to King University, right? So because of a social justice issue, I was able to go to school and learn about social justice. And right, so so shout out to whoever was out there looting, right? So to find out more accreditation and potential college scams, take a look at the FTC articles and diplomamills.com. I can put that in the chat, and the student loan guide, right? You know, other resources you can use as we push this is e-learning. E-learning is a great resource to use. It's self-motivated. Over the past several years, there has been significant improvements in the quality and availability of various e-learning resources. While e-learning can never completely, it can't replace traditional education, but there's a need to acquire specific skills, right? You can use e-learning platforms, right, such as the ones I dropped in the chat already. You can use your neighborhood one-stop center, see if they have any certification programs that can be done online. You can speak with me, reach out to me, send us an email, and we can link you to some e-learning opportunities as well, because they're self-paced, and it's usually some instructional videos, but they are a great way to learn new skills at your own pace. So you want to keep that in mind. So using these resources to start learning a new language, master a computer program, or become better at using social media, all strengthens your skills. All is a part of gaining job skills to enhance you for your career. So no matter what type of skills you need to learn, you can find online. It's just about doing the research. As mentioned, it's self-paced and instructional. Some e-learning resources. You can use sites like Coursera. I dropped some in the chat. Coursera is a great resource that you can use, a great e-learning platform. You can use EDX. That's also a great independent learning e-learning platform. I'm going to drop it in chat. So also Treehouse, right? There's some educational websites such as Treehouse, Universal Class, all are provided. Reach out to your job developer. They would definitely link you and apply you to those resources to streamline that process for you, to assist you with any membership fee for access or anything like that when joining those sites. Volunteering and internships is a great way to earn skills. I've acquired a lot of skills just by volunteering, just by putting myself in positions and places just because I wanted to be there, right? But serving a purpose, right? Community, common unity, right? That was my purpose, right? You may have your own purpose, but put yourself in those situations where your desire resides, right? If you want to work in photography, right, you might want to be where you might want to make some stops at photography studios, right? You might want to see how those operate. So how can you benefit from volunteering and interning? You have an opportunity if you like to develop new skills. However, you won't be paid for your time, but you will gain important work experience and insights, which is very important. Being also able to network and build new friends in this career field that interests you, right? So I have some volunteering resources I can share with you. Reach out. We can provide you with those resources immediately if you look into volunteering, build your skills. We can link you to some volunteering opportunities within your community. And another way to build skills and assess yourself for a career is working with a mentor. Working with a mentor is very important, as you will be able to. They can assist you with learning about your desired industry. Sometimes all you need is a little extra guidance and support. Building a relationship with a mentor in your career can help you learn more about your industry. So the right mentor will be able to offer realistic insights and valuable advice on how to meet your career goals and guide you on the path to success in your field, right? So also, importantly, teach you, assist you in navigating politics of a workplace, and also guidance towards your career. So finding a mentor is crucial. We have resources if you're looking for a mentor. Here at Str8Up Employment Services, we pride ourselves on being employee mentors. Not only are we looking to assist you with finding employment, but we do this through a mentorship model, right? We understand disparities, we understand community, right? So gaining experience on your own is another way you can build skills. Even if you don't currently have a job, you can gain experience on pursuing related projects on your own time. Pursuing your passion on your own time gives you an opportunity to show potential employers what type of work you are capable of creating when your strengths and talents, and how your strengths and talent can align with a certain opportunity. So what are some self-motivated projects that you can start now? That is something that you could think about, right? You can start as soon as tomorrow. What are some self-motivated projects that aligns with your desired career path that you can start now as soon as tomorrow? We have resources if you're looking to gain experience on your own, such as visualcv.com, which assists with building an entrepreneurial portfolio. I would drop that in the chat right now. So you want to be able to build a portfolio, things that you do in your own time. What are you doing to say that, I'm sorry, that was a typo right there. I'm going to just fix that. What are you doing to say that you demand a certain position, right? You can build that skill on your own time through our own motivated project. So keep that in mind. As we conclude, I believe we concluded, making your skills transferable. What are transferable skills? As we just spoke about everything, right? Once you're able to assess yourself, you're able to know your values, your interests, your education. You're going through those experiences, right? You're saying, hey, I need to educate myself. So you're going back to school. You're understanding, you're advancing. You are building transferable skills. Your transferable skills are what you bring to a table. You bring to any table, right? They are focused on the broader concepts like communication and organization, rather than on specific or technical knowledge. It's pretty much you. What I like to say, your swag, what you bring, right? What you bring to that table, right? Your special effect to the organization. While it's important to grow and develop your job skills, you should also stop to consider your strengths you currently possess. Like, what are your strengths? What are you good at? You might be good at speaking with people. You might be good at communication. You may be excellent at problem solving, right? Conflict resolution. You might be good at, working with people. Whether you just graduated from school or have been working the same job for a long time, you have already developed certain skills, and you can apply that to a variety of jobs. So I want you to kind of take that with you as well. Let's think of your transferable skills. We all put a lot of skills on a resume to get a job, but really, what skills do you know you have? You have to be able to voice that. You have to be able to, write that down and understand that that's what you bring into the table. It's not arrogant. Don't be arrogant now, but understand that, once you understand who you are, it kind of gives you, it builds up on your value and your market value. Couple of resources for building transferable skills. mynextmove.com. I'll drop that in the chat. Give me a moment. mynextmove.com. mynextmove.org. Excuse me. Provides a quick visual summary of different transferable skills for any career, right? So just look up your career, what you choose, and on that website. As we conclude, we finalize, we'll discuss making a career plan, which is kind of, what I kind of want to zone in on, right? Making a career plan is very essential because it is your guide to what you're doing in the next couple of years, what you're doing with your time, how you're spending most of your time figuring out what you're going to do with your life, right? That's what we all do. So assess what you need to develop your career objectives, how to write smart career goals, and how to create your own career plan. SMART being an acronym. We'll get into that in a few. Ask yourself, what do I need to do before pursuing a career? What types of goals shall I set for myself? How will I stay motivated? Developing a career plan can help you outline a clear career path as you begin looking for a new job. So we're going to discuss how to develop your career objective, how to write smart career goals, and how to create your own career plan in a 3-minute session. So let's take a look at why should you develop a career, right? First, you got to start. Why should you develop a career plan? Because it makes career searching manageable. It gives you the ability to set clear goals for yourself and then follow progress, right? Will you really be able to find a new career? Ask yourself that question, right? That's a real question. What do I need to do to get started? Assess yourself. Look at where you at. Look at the job description. How will I stay motivated? As you begin developing a plan for your career, the entire process can feel a little overwhelming. There's no shortcut to finding a new career or creating a career plan, but the process is but creating a career plan makes it much more manageable. You'll be able to set clear goals, follow your progress as you work towards a clear objective. So, you should ask yourself, how can I find a new career path in my field? Do I want to switch career paths? What positions do I want to hold in 5 years? I believe there was a video, but we're not going to do the video. I'm going to drop the video in the chat. If you want to watch the video, it gives great information on developing a career plan. We want to be able to not have a plan when we're moving and on a daily basis working towards a certain objective, in which we will get to with SMART goals in a little bit. So let me drop this YouTube video in the chat on career goals. Check that out. Copy and paste it for a later resource. Developing a career objective. Making your goal should be definitive. So make your goals definitive, right? As you begin setting career goals, you'll have a better idea what you need to reach your career objective, right? Your career objective can be, hey, I just want to get an interview for this position by a certain date, right? That's an objective, right? And your career goal can be getting, at a certain level in that career, right? And your sub goal to that goal is actually getting a job. So understanding that's really the process. As you begin pursuing your career, take some time to assess your progress and adapt your objective to meet your specific needs. If you aren't satisfied, be willing to present new approaches. So setting definitive career goals will help you stay on track as your progress towards your career objective. Your career goal will vary based on your objectives, but below, I'm gonna provide you some objectives on some examples of different career goals so you understand what a career goal sound like. So example one, secure at least 3 job interviews with local law firms in the next 3 months. We will get into that SMART goals a little bit later on how to break that down. Interview 2 people about what it's like to work in marketing within 5 weeks. You see how it made the goal kind of size the goal up, measured the goal, 3 jobs, made it attainable with local law firms, right? Realistic in the next 3 months and timely bound, right? So each goal kind of has each element of being smart, so understand that. God, you want to make sure your goal statement is really smart. Gather 5 impressive writing samples for online portfolio by the end of the month, right? You can, if you said, I need to gather an online portfolio, that's an idea. That's a great idea. But if you said, elaborated to say, gather 5 impressive writing samples for an online portfolio by the end of the month, now you are working with more of a goal. So as we get in, while it's important to set meaningful career goals, you may be discouraged at some point because not all goals are easy, right? So, but you want to make sure that they're specific, right? Measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, right? As long as you're making it definitive, specific, such as what we mentioned, right? You want to make sure as specific, it will be much easier to reach a specific goal rather than a general goal, right? So, as mentioned, you don't want to say that you are going to do an online portfolio, but you want to say that you will complete 5 online portfolios by a certain amount of time, right? By due date, right? And think about what you want to achieve and when you will reach the goal, right? You got to have everything time bound. It has to be, if it doesn't have a date on it, it's not real. You're not even holding yourself accountable, for lack of better terms. So measurable. You should be able to measure your progress as you work towards your goal. You should be able to say, "Hey, I completed this step. Now I'm going to the next step. This step leads to the next step, and this step leads to the progress." Right? Ask yourself how much you want to accomplish and how you will know when you reach the goal. Make sure it's measurable as well. You want to make sure it's attainable, realistic. It's okay to reach for the stars, right? But it may take a little longer to get there, right? So while you shouldn't make your goals too easy, they should also be realistic and attainable. If a goal is too difficult to achieve, you may not be able to commit to it in the long term. Mentally, right? Psychologically, you want to be able to know that you want to be able to set goals that you want to accomplish, even if it's little goals, right? Because you want to be able to know that you're able to accomplish something. That alone allows you to build on setting bigger goals. Just knowing that you're able to accomplish something. You want to make sure they're also realistic, right? And relevant. Make sure your goal really matters. Basically make sure it really matters. Make sure that it really is leading you to a point of success, that you are able to you are able to see some success in the future. You shouldn't spend time on any goal that isn't relevant and important to what you assess earlier, what we discussed earlier, which was your assessment, right? Your values, your interests, right? Your career paths. Make sure it's leading to that direction. For example, deciding that you will volunteer at a local animal shelter to gain experience would not be a relevant goal if you were not trying to find a new career in the healthcare industry, right? Simple as that. If you to set a goal to do something that doesn't, align with your mission, you're pretty much, the goal is working against you. Make sure that it's timely. You want to make sure that all your goals is timely. You got to put a date on it. You got to have time frames. Without a definite deadline, you'll have no sense of urgency or motivation to complete your goal. For example, I want to find a new job. It's not a timely goal. I want to find a new job within 3 months. It's time bound and has a deadline, right? So you want to make sure that you put a deadline on it, and so that'll give you the ability to be able to set up sub goals to work on to make sure that you're reaching that goal each day. Um, um, you know, so as we move forward, think about, take a couple seconds to think about a smart goal of yourself. What is a smart goal that you need to set for yourself? I hear a lot of people saying like, oh, I need to get an apartment, right? uh set us that is a cool idea, right? Or I need to finish school, right? That is a cool idea, but that is not what you need to be kind of saying out aloud. You should be kind of what saying what it takes to finish school, right? What it takes to get you that job, that and when you are looking to complete that goal. That is kind of what you should be looking at. So, in further breakdown, right, a smart version of this goal, I would attend at least 3 network meetings about web design within 2 months. This goal is smart because it is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, right? You see the specific, how it's specific in your network meetings, right? I would attend at least 3 network meetings. That's specific, right? I would attend at least three that is measurable and attainable, right? You can count that. I attended one, I attended two, you can cross it off. I attended three, right? I'm reaching my goal. You can make sure it's relevant, about web design because that's where you are looking to explore your career. And also make sure it's timely, right? Within 2 months. You want to make sure that you are, looking to make sure that you're set putting a date on it. If you don't have a date on it, it ain't real. It's a great idea, right? So keep that in mind. So understanding that, smart goal is a smart goal statement is really a way to, keep you in line and motivated. All right. So we have a career planning worksheet. Please reach out to me or one of our job developers to get that career planning worksheet to kind of guide you to the process of creating your own career plan, your career objectives, setting goals for yourself, as well as that. We kind of outlined it out for you. If you need that, we have no problem sending that out to you. Because, I can say it myself, staying in line in my career and following the career path and the career plan that I set for myself 5 years ago, I actually see the results now, right? This was in I'm thriving off a career plan, right? I'm not going willy-nilly. This is written down, right? I've set goals. So, there's a deep understanding. Staying motivated, right? Now that you have a career plan, you want to stay motivated. So how am I going to stay motivated? Because life can be distracting, right? And we all know that. You want to be able to use technology. There are various websites and apps for your mobile phone that you could use to set goals for yourself and to stay on track. We have several of those resources for you. Reach out. GoMigo, Stick, Goals on Track, any dot do, right? And Wonderlist, right, are all apps that assist you with setting goals and staying on track. Please reach out. We can provide you those resources. Make yourself accountable, right? That's another way. Tell friends and families about your plan so they can help you and ask you about your progress towards your goal. You never and change your circle if the people around you it's not helping you push towards your goal. Keep a journal. Keep a journal of your progress. You want to make sure you record the ups and downs, right? I found a lot of progress, and what I've been doing is recording, being able to revise, right? Being able to look back on records from a year ago and be like, I'm not going to do it that way this year, right? Reflecting on your thoughts, right? It helps with that. Prioritize, adjust your goals, and more importantly, reward yourself. Whenever you complete a goal, it's important that you reward yourself. Very important. So, you know, we have a career planning worksheet, the Str8Up Employment Career Planning Worksheet. If you need a copy, if your organization needs a copy, please reach out to me. My email, djennings@straihtupemployment.org. We can provide you that, or just simply info@straihtupemployment.org. We can get you that career planning worksheet. Your career, right? So I want to finalize. When you think of the term career, what do you think of? Right? I want you to think of that. Take a moment, take a couple seconds. When you hear the term career, what do you think of? What plagues your mind, right? However, there's no right or wrong answer to what you thought about. Don't think that there is. I know many people envision a 9 to 5 or something, right? Or someone pursuing a specialized field. Valid answers, valid examples. But when it comes down to a career, it's a reflection of you and your work. Wherever you land at career-wise is a reflection of you and your work. If not, it's just working a job. So keep that in mind. So people have viewed careers differently over the years. Decades ago, some considered a career to be working with one company until you retired. Later, others viewed it as a working your way up through a specific industry, right? So understand that. So your company is in an industry. Keep that in mind. Nowadays, the workforce changing. It's changing at a faster pace. Side hustles, right? Gig economies are even evolving. So simply put, a career is a culmination of jobs you hold and how you weave them together to form a bigger picture, right? All of the things that you hold and what you do and how you bring it together to form a bigger picture, right? And that's pretty much your career. So take a think. What is your desired career path? Please think about that as you move on. As we conclude, I want you all to think about what is your desired career path, right? You may be working at a job currently. You may be at the same job, but everyone has a desired career path because from from my understanding, everyone that I've spoken to, they always want to help people, right? And then when you break it down to how you want to help people, that's when you get the career path. And so think about that, right? Or you want to, just think about that. Either way, it is exactly what it is. It is a path. There's a way you get there, right? So understand that. Some may be able to drive there. Some need to take public transportation there to get to that career path. Either way, there is a way there. And, here at Str8Up Employment Services, we believe in sustainable careers, sustainable jobs and opportunities, right? Why? Because we like to address disparities such as unemployment, right? We like to address that data set. So as we conclude, I'm gonna drop the post test in the chat. We have a post test. Please complete the post test. Give me one moment to drop it in the chat. All right, so in the chat, I'm putting the post test. Please, you can turn off your cameras. I thank you all for joining this webinar on career assessments. There will be more. as we start off this new year, we're just looking to engage people to address that disparity in employment and create and definitely bridging the gap between access and opportunity and understanding that it takes we can do exactly that with education, right? And once you know better, you'll do better. So understanding that factor. So I'm throwing this into the chat, the post test. Please take the post test. Whoever enrolled, I see that I will send you a link to a survey. So please take the post test. And also, if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out. I will throw my email in the chat. Yep. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you all for joining this webinar. I'm going to stay on for the next 5 minutes to allow, the next 10 minutes to allow you to complete. I will stay on for the next 5 minutes to allow you to complete the post test, and I will log off. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the webinar. If you're on Facebook Live, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Next week, we'll be covering resume development, same time, 6 p.m. To 7:30. If you are interested in joining this platform to actually present information to the community and joining me in these groups, please reach out to info@straihtupemployment.org, info @straihtupemployment.org. We are looking definitely to build strong partnerships, right? So please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you all. I'm logged.